So we finally get to see Luke James and those chocolate abs. And that's it. Like, y'all give us these alright guys, and we get butt, penis, and everything, but we get Luke James and we don't get nothing? Just a chest shot? So Issa then set up this booty call with Luke James and she can't commit. Girl, it's Luke James. How can you not commit? She gets over there and she's just awkward black girl. She is so like uncomfortable. She's trying to be, in a sense, somebody that she's not quite yet. And it's just not working out for her. Like, you went out for this guy and you said, yo, you want to bang? And he was like, sure, let's do it. And then you get there and you're scared. You can't really do it. You can't commit. But you know what? I should have known that she was not even trying to do nothing when she was over that boy's house in them dad jeans. She wore dad jeans this entire episode. I don't know if that's a symbolism or something. I feel like maybe next episode we're going to see her in some hot pants or something else. But she's been in dad jeans this entire episode, so that makes me think that she's in transition or something. You know what I mean? Like these dad jean moments are her like not really embracing being single, not really dressing up to be approached or chose. So then we get to Issa and her job, and Mr. Gaines, the principal, is only funneling black kids to the We Gotcha program, and her coworker is really concerned about it, but she doesn't know what she can say or how much she can say because she's a white person, you know what I mean? So for her to point out that there's like some type of discrimination, you know, it could come off wrong. So she's trying to use her words wisely and trying to like, you know, calm down her rage, but this is really uncomfortable for her to see, and then to see her coworker and also her friend not even do anything about it because Issa is so happy that she has kids in these programs. She's not even trying to rock the boat because she has the principal on her side trying to help her. And it's very interesting that they're doing this people of color discrimination, like racial issues, and really addressing the Black and Latino issues that the city of Los Angeles has out here, because it's a real thing. I had no idea. It's a real thing. So I'm interested to see where they're going to go with this, because it's a very important conversation. I just don't see where they're going to take it, but I know this show is very responsible, so that doesn't concern me. I'm just interested. I want to know, like, where is this going to go? They got CB2 on this show. This show has money. Go ahead, Issa. Go ahead. So Molly is really finally starting to embrace therapy, and I feel like she's embracing it way too much, because she's getting to the point where she's becoming she's over independent at this point. Like, she's at CB2 picking up a bookcase, and the dude, like, there's a guy there's just like, do you want to get help from the car? Is this guy gonna help you? She's like, no, I got it. And she's like struggling to get this thing down, this bookcase down, and she gets it down, and then she looks over at this gentleman who's helping his girlfriend or wife or whatever, helping her put like some products into the car, and she looks and she gives it like a longing look, and then she shakes it out of her hair like she's done. You know what I mean? She sees that image and she longs for that image, and then she's just like, no, like, this is wrong. And I think that maybe the therapy is doing too good of a job, where she's thinking that happiness and wanting to be in a relationship is wrong at this point, because she's still going through the healing process and opening up and learning a lot about herself. But you know what? In saying that, life doesn't always work out that way. You know, now you figured out that you have some issues and you're working through it. That doesn't mean that you have to put on hold possibility. It's okay to have a successful career and a relationship. Like, you can have a man and be a successful woman. It can work. Doesn't always, but it can work. So Issa has convinced herself that she needs this like whole season. Like, she has gotten into her mind that she needs to like bang Lawrence out of her mind. And honestly, I feel like that's a very dangerous place for her to be, and I think they may explore that more in the season, because to use other people to essentially bang away your heartbreak is very dangerous, because case in point, Lawrence and Tasha, somebody may catch feelings while you're healing yourself to another person. Also really selfish to do, and it's just, I don't know, it's making the both of them, Lawrence and Issa, not look like really good characters, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, you see these characters go through an entire journey, so you like them one season and you don't like them the next. Like, that happens. That's real life. Like, this show is real life. But I just wanted to talk about that, because it's just like, these two people are healing themselves through other people, and you just don't know what that other person may be feeling. You might be like, I'm trying to get over somebody, and this person might be trying to get in with you. You just never know. You take that risk when you lie down with another person. Oh, they get on my nerves sometimes, because essentially after that orgasm, the hurt is still there. Like, girl, be like Molly and go to therapy. Issa convinces Molly to help her get into her little hoe season. Now, Molly was offended. But, you know, Molly's good at being a hoe. So she was just like, you know what, I'm offended, but I'll help you. You know what I mean? Because she knows her strong suit. So anyway, they go to this club, and you can tell that Issa is not ready. She shows up in full, like, ring the alarm couture attire. Just like this whole outfit. I'm like, girl, you are in no way ready to hoe. You have your whole body closed off. Even when she's trying to talk to these guys, she's being so awkward that they are just like not even turned on. Like she's trying to be overly sexual to the point where it's unnerving to a lot of the men, and it's still like, girl, you're not ready. While Issa is poorly hoeing, Molly sits down with a young gentleman, and I'm looking at the guy through, because like the background is blurred because we're focusing on Issa, and then the camera shoots over to Molly and the dude that she's talking to, and I'm just like, wait a minute. This show got Sterling K. Brown from This Is Us on this show? Like, he has a ridiculous resume, and that show that he's on is a ridiculous of a hit show. Like, it is beyond hit of hit. Like, it's a show that I dream about being on. You know what I mean? Like, that show is ridiculous. And the fact that they got Sterling K. Brown to be in this show, I was so excited, because the thing about it is, I love to see Black shows, Black productions with a Caucasian budget, because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It is very foreign for us to get a budget the same that, you know, white productions get. So I was just like, man, they got CB2 on here. They got Sterling K. Brown. The wigs and weaves are slaying. The outfits are just on point. The makeup, the lighting. This show got a great budget, and I am so excited about it, because look at what they're able to do. You know what I mean? Go ahead, girl. We cut to Lawrence and Tasha. So they're in the bed watching TV. He's trying to like have sex with her, because this is what he does when he comes over there. He has sex with her. But she's trying to boo up to him. She's watching TV. She's joking with him. She got a headscarf on. She got a t-shirt on. That should let Lawrence know right there. This girl is trying to move into something else, where now she is comfortable enough with you for you to see her in her real attire. No makeup on, headscarf, t-shirt. She's laughing out loud to this TV show that she wants them. He's trying to be sexual, but she wants to stay focused on this TV show because she just wants to cuddle and spend quality time with him. And I'm like, Lawrence, you see where this is going. Stop healing yourself through this girl and move on. So then we get more of Molly and Lionel on their date, and he's perfect. Like, he says the right things. He's everything that Molly said that she was looking for, basically, but he's just not hitting it for her. And I honestly think that Lionel is the right guy who came at the wrong time for Molly, because she's embracing therapy at this point, and she's just in a different mindset, you know what I mean? And she's doing good for herself, but I feel like she's gonna miss out on a great opportunity. I tell you, this show has great supporting or like day player cast members, because this entire barbecue with Tasha's family was the highlight of the episode for me. Homeboy, who was trying to put the speakers together, had me howling. I literally rewind my TV to go back to his part, and I just kept on watching and cracking up all over again. They really have a lot of hysterical supporting players, and they also have a lot of hysterical like walk-ons and day players. They cast really well on this show. Lawrence is there at Tasha's family barbecue, and he's doing the boyfriend stuff. He's getting the chairs. He's kissing her, saying hi to her. He's meeting her uncle, and all of a sudden he starts looking around, and he realizes that he's in a full-blown relationship, and he gets freaked out. And then one of his co-workers texts him, and he decides to dodge. He gets out of there because all of a sudden he realized that he is in a full-blown relationship with this girl that he was just smashing. Such trash, man. I can't believe he still has a hive at this point. He's not a good dude, and I was rooting for you, Lawrence. I was rooting for you. This Dro guy, my God, today. I told you they do great casting on this show, because Dro is gorgeous. Although he gives me like sleazy, greasy kind of dude, but he was so fine. So anyway, Molly runs into him at like this cupcake place, and they have like this little meeting, and as soon as she leaves out, the wheels start turning, right? The wheels start turning, because Lionel is a great guy, but he's no Dro. He's no Dro. Hood dudes get us every time. I'm telling you. I even struggle with that myself. There's always like really good guys out there, And not saying that you just don't want those good guys, but it's something about like those hood dudes. They do something to you where it's exciting and it's, you never know what you're going to get day to day. And with the guy that is the good guy, he just seems so safe. And not every woman wants to be in a safe relationship. Not saying they want to be in a bad relationship either, but they just want excitement. And Lionel is not exciting. He's very stationary. He knows what he wants. He's very direct. But Dro is exciting in more ways than one. Whole time Tasha texting this trash dude and he's giving her all these lies and excuses. Oh, you trash, bro. And can we also talk about the fact that he abandoned her and her middle-class hood family to go and sit up here with these Silicon Valley type people, because it's a class issue here, guys. I'm telling you, it is a pure class issue, and that's why it bothers me, because Lawrence mistreats Tasha because of her class. Like, if he was banging somebody who was on a different level, on the level that he puts Issa, he would not have treated her like that. He treats her like that because he thinks that she's beneath him. I'm telling you, it's like those black college kids. It's, oh, not all, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Them black college kids, when you get around them and they're just like, oh my goodness, you went to a PWI. What is a PWI? I went to a college. We both in debt. Like, so why do you think you're better? Not all, but I'm saying I've been around a few of them and I'm just like, oh, y'all give off an air. Issa starts thinking with the puss, you know what I mean? She's having these urges, you know, and she wants to get it out, and she sees her regular smegular neighbor and she just starts to get excited. And I honestly feel like, guys, I feel like she got excited because she just hasn't had, you know, sex in a while, and she's missing Lawrence and the vibrator wasn't working. So all of a sudden, this neighbor, this basic neighbor who she probably never saw it for, starts looking like a snack. She starts watching him, and just all of a sudden the wheels start turning in her mind, and she's building these scenarios. So she finally goes down there and tries to like fake some kind of interaction with him, and she says that she believes that he left his charger. He lets her in. They start talking and bonding over Gossip Girl and all of this stuff, and then one thing leads to another, and they, first of all, it was very awkward in the beginning, and then they finally, you know, have sex or whatever. And besides the awkward and hilarity of this scene, especially when they did that whole like Gossip Girl conversation, he was like, yeah, they white people. That took me out. But aside from that, I have to say, I saw penis. Did y'all see penis? This show, these sex scenes are like nothing I've ever seen before. Like, they really, you see genitals, people are really butt, ball, naked, like they go there. This cast has to be really, really close, because the stuff that they do in these sex scenes, I was like, wait a minute, he pulled down them pants, and I was like, what is that swinging? Oh my goodness, that's his manhood. Okay, Eddie. So while Issa is banging regular smegular Eddie, we cut back to Lawrence, and Tasha is like, she finally reaches him and she calls him, and she's just like, where have you been? My family was waiting for you. Like, you know, like, what's going on? And Lawrence is just like, oh, I had this work thing, and then I started drinking. It was like a work drink thing. And he gives her all of these excuses, and then Tasha finally reads him for filth. And I was so happy for her. I'm team Tasha. I was so happy for her that she finally found her voice, and she was just like, I knew what this was, but you know, I wanted it to be more. But you know what? You are a terrible guy, basically, and you're that kind of guy who thinks that you're a good guy, but you're really not. You're really not a good guy, because you're walking around acting like you are, but you're doing terrible things. So she read him for filth, and I'm telling you, I stood up. I was cheering for her when she read him, because it was so appropriate, and I was glad that she found her voice, because she is not no doormat. Tasha is not a doormat, and a lot of people didn't like her because they were team Issa or whatever. I honestly get it. But you have to realize that that dude was using her to get over his ex. Regardless of her being receptive to having sex with him so early on, it does not matter. They are grown, okay? He knew what he was doing, and he did not fill her in on what this really was. And so I'm glad that she found her voice. I'm glad that she stood up for herself, because she is worthy of that and so much more. After Issa has successfully banged Eddie, now mother got her groove back, because she gets up and she picks up the charger, and as she's walking out, because Eddie's like, you can say, and she's like, no, it's okay, I'm gonna go. And she picks up her charger and she walks out, and then she looks over and she sees his charger. So she basically knows that he knew what was up. Like, he knew what was going down, you know what I mean? So she gets like this little smirk on her face, and she walks out and she leaves. She goes from being into like this ring the alarm season to quickly jump into this freakum dress season to now she's on her full lemonade. I Ain't Sorry season. And I'm really excited now about, and I've been excited this whole season, but I'm just excited to see like this change in her character and to see what's going to happen. Like, where is she going to go? Because with that little smirk told me so much. That mother, I don't think she's over Lawrence, but I feel like she's finally in the space where she's no longer beating herself up about cheating on him, where she's finally ready to move on, not into a relationship, but to in the season of just her doing her, and I'm excited to see that. So that's where it ends. I really enjoyed this episode. I like you guys, I wish it was longer, but hey, we get what we get. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you for the following episode of Insecure. Bye guys.